Millions of people dedicate the absolute best years of their lives to a corporate family. Even though history proves that a single spreadsheet calculation can erase that family in 5 seconds. So why do we fiercely protect a system that is mathematically programmed to never protect us back? Picture a perfectly normal Thursday afternoon. You are sitting in a glass conference room. Your manager looks around the table and uses a very specific, very dangerous word. They call the team a family. You feel a quiet sense of pride. You work late. You answer emails on Sunday mornings. You skip your child's soccer game to finish a quarterly report. You genuinely believe that your unwavering loyalty will act as an impenetrable shield when the economy turns cold. But a brilliant, entirely invisible trap has just been executed right in front of you. You think you are building a career, but actually you're just renting your livelihood. We are taught from childhood that a steady 9-to-5 job is the ultimate form of financial security. We believe that if we just work hard enough, our employer will protect us from the chaos of the outside world. But a corporation is not a family. It is a highly optimized, completely emotionless machine. And to that machine, your salary is not a life to be protected. It is an operational expense to be minimized. Most people disagree about this. If you ask traditional career advisors, they will fiercely defend corporate loyalty. They say the only way to get ahead is to put your head down and outwork everyone else in the office. Some economists argue the exact opposite. They point out that a corporation's ultimate, legally binding fiduciary duty is to its shareholders, not its employees. Here's where people are split. Is your boss your protector, or are you just a localized line item waiting to be erased? People don't make bad money decisions. They respond to the environment around them. And your environment aggressively trains you to confuse cash flow with absolute security. When you trade your total dependence for a single paycheck, you are creating a fatal vulnerability. You're handing another human being a remote control to your survival. If terminating your position saves the company a fraction of a percent in quarterly earnings, they will sever your financial lifeline without a second thought. And they'll have your replacement's job listing posted on the internet before you even clear out your desk. But the real reason this illusion persists is much stranger. It relies entirely on your exhaustion. The system requires you to be so terrified of losing your job and so drained by the relentless workload that you never actually look for the exit door. Now, look at this exact same situation from a completely different economic position. Imagine that same toxic manager subtly threatening your job security. They imply that if you do not work unpaid overtime this weekend, your future at the company might be at risk. The normal employee immediately spirals into panic. They calculate the mortgage, the groceries, and the car payment. Their heart races. They cancel their weekend plans and open their laptop. But you do something completely different. You simply smile. You politely decline, and you walk out the glass doors at 5 o'clock sharp. You do not panic, because the secret income engines you built on the weekends are already quietly paying your mortgage. You have transitioned from a desperate dependent to a sovereign individual. The biggest financial advantage isn't intelligence, it's which game you're playing. The working class is playing a game of single-source survival. They pour all of their energy into increasing one fragile wage. They are terrified because their entire financial existence hinges on a single employer's profit margins. The wealthy play a game of systemic redundancy. They know that true security requires building parallel income streams in absolute secrecy. So long before the trapdoor inevitably opens, they quietly construct 3 specific escape routes outside of company hours. First, they deploy capital into cash-flowing real estate. They buy the physical ground that society stands on. They know that no matter which CEO is fired or which corporate department is outsourced, human beings will always need a physical place to sleep and operate. This stream pays you simply because you hold the deed. It does not care if you get a bad performance review. Next, they build high-yield dividend portfolios. Instead of trading their time for a single corporate paycheck, they buy fractional ownership of the most profitable corporations on Earth. This allows the labor of thousands of other people to securely deposit cash into their accounts every single quarter. They transition from being a vulnerable employee to being the one who collects the profits of other employees. Finally, they construct automated digital businesses. They build software, media, or digital systems that rely on the frictionless scale of the internet. They create a machine once, and it works 24 hours a day without ever requiring sleep, healthcare, or a human resources department. They build these wealth engines in complete silence. They do not brag to their coworkers. They do not post about it online. They quietly decouple their income from their human output. Let's slowly reveal the invisible forces holding the traditional system together. The incentives of the corporate world are meticulously designed to demand 100% of your identity. They want you to believe that your job title is who you fundamentally are as a human being. The structures of modern society tie your essential needs like health insurance and social status directly to your employment. This makes the idea of building independent wealth feel incredibly terrifying, almost like a betrayal of the standard American dream. The social pressures of your peers convince you that investing in assets is highly risky, while blindly relying on a single boardroom spreadsheet is somehow viewed as the safe, responsible choice. The probabilities dictate a ruthless, undeniable truth. Over a 40-year career, you will inevitably face an unexpected crisis. A department will be downsized, an algorithm will be optimized, a manager will decide they simply do not like you. The people who are absolutely blindsided by sudden layoffs did not fail the system. They followed the system perfectly. They did exactly what the economy required them to do. They prioritized the illusion of safety over the reality of ownership. They traded their prime biological years to build an empire for someone else, leaving themselves completely exposed to the elements. Wealth is often less about effort and more about position. If you position yourself directly beneath a single corporate spigot, your effort will constantly be dictated by the hand that turns the valve. You will work 50 hours a week for decades, completely unaware that a single email can turn the water off forever. But if you position yourself as the owner of secret systems, the entire power dynamic flips. You no longer operate out of a scarcity mindset. You walk into the office knowing that the paycheck is simply a bonus, not a lifeline. You stop taking on toxic stress. You negotiate differently. You speak with quiet, unbreakable confidence. You stop treating your salary like it is your permanent identity. You start treating it like a temporary tool. It is simply the raw material used to aggressively fund your escape routes. The hidden rule of modern wealth is that you can never truly be free as long as someone else controls your only source of survival. Your boss does not care if you survive. And the exact moment you accept that reality, you finally gain the power to make sure you do.